Well, good evening, and welcome to St. James Family Worship, the perfect place for people who aren't. I thank God that you've taken the time to be a part of this devotional review tonight here at St. James Family Worship. And I pray that you've had a wonderful day today. The day has been a little chilly and rainy, but I'm telling you, I thank God for every day that I rise because life is the best thing going. Today is day 355. Can you believe it? 355 straight days of streaming devotionals here at St. James. We're only 10 days away from our goal of 365 straight devotionals. And of course, we've been using this year the book, The Open Door devotional by Rick Warren. And we're almost down to the end, day 355. And our devotional today was how to fish for people. How to fish for people. Now, I don't know how many of you out there enjoy fishing. I know that there are a lot of Jamers that like to fish like Mama Chappelle, and they know how to do that thing right because they've been doing it for quite a long time. Our key text came from Matthew 4:19. Matthew 4:19, and it says, Jesus called out to them, "Come, follow me, and I will show you how to fish for people." Show you how to fish for people. When you fish for people, you have to think like people. You have to think like people. Because if you're going to get people, you have to find things in common with people. You know, if you don't have anything in common, or you can't share anything that they deal with or understand, you're going to have a hard time connecting with them. It's good to be able to connect with people, because if you're able to connect with them, then you're able to get closer to them. Paul is the epitome of fishing for people in my mind. Paul said in 1 Corinthians the 9th chapter, listen to this: to those without the law, I became like one without the law. Can you see how he's connecting with them? Though I am not outside the law of God, but I'm under the law of Christ. Watch this. To win those without the law. He said, I became that so that I could win, teach, preach the gospel to them, so I could find something in common with them first. Then I could talk to them about the gospel. Watch this. He says in 1 Corinthians 9:22, to the weak I became weak, to win the weak. If we were to use those calculations, we could say, to the strong, we become strong to win the strong. To the homeless, we go to them and we deal with them at their level so that we can win them. He said, to the weak I became weak. Why? To win the weak. Watch this. Here is the powerful part of fishing for people. He said, I have become all things to all people, so that by all possible means, by any means necessary, all possible means, I might save some. He said, I'm going to fish for them. I'm going to find things in common with them so that I can minister to them. And he ended by saying, I do all this for the sake of the gospel, so that I may share in its blessing. My God, my God. You have to fish for fish, not hunt for fish. our devotional today was very interesting about that. Is you can't hunt for fish. You fish for fish. You hunt for animals. You hunt for game. You fish for fish. Well, what is the difference? What is the difference? Well, the difference is you hunt animals with guns, and they don't have a choice in the matter. You shooting them. Birds, quail, pow, you're shooting them. Deer, pow, raccoons, squirrels, rabbits, pow, they're running. They're running for their life. They don't have a choice in the matter. But when you're fishing, fish have a choice. If you're fishing on the bank, a fish has a choice. The choice is whether I take the bait that you've thrown out there. I have the choice whether to bait. There's a worm, though there's a hook that the worm is on. I have the choice to take the bait. When we're fishing for people, it's the exact same way. You throw the reel out there and you throw the bait. And doing like Paul, you have become all things to them so that you can get to them. And you throw the bait. But watch this. No matter how much bait you throw, and no matter how much of them you become, salvation is still a choice. People have to choose to accept Jesus. People have to choose to take the bait. I close by this. I was at a pastor's conference one day, and the question was asked, when do people get saved? And you know, when you got a lot of preachers in a room, they all got to say something, because all of us think we know everything. Hello. So we sat back and we watched all these scholarly ideas of when people come to God. And the minister that was facilitating the set waited till about 10 or 15 preachers had rambled off all this big stuff and quoted scripture and yada, yada, yada. And he ended by saying, let me tell you when people come to Christ. When they get ready. It's a choice. When they take the bait, they'll come. You just keep throwing the bait. And one day, maybe, they'll get ready. God bless you and God keep you is my prayer for you tonight.